Hello guys and welcome to AP Calculus exam practice. Let's get into our first problem. Here we go. Okay, so let's read. It says if x cosine of y equals pi minus 2y, then find d of y over d of x. Okay, so here's what I see. I see a problem or an equation that has y's, and I see d of y over d of x, and this right here can be interpreted as y prime. So ladies and gentlemen, we have an implicit differentiation problem. Okay, so let me write that down. Implicit differentiation problem. Okay, so all we have to do here is look for the derivative of this equation, which means to find the derivative of both sides of the equation, and then solve for y prime. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. Let me first write down the problem. We have let me do it over here. We have x times cosine of y equal to pi minus 2y. Notice that the left side is a product of two functions, so I need this formula, f prime times g plus f times g prime. In this case, f is going to be x, and my g is going to be cosine of y, okay? So let's figure this out. F prime is 1, and g is just cosine of y, right? So I'm going to write 1 times cosine of y, or just cosine of y, plus, now I'm working on this part, f, which is x, times the derivative of g. Now g is being written, or cosine of y, is being written in y, so I need the chain rule. So here we go. Negative sine of y, or the derivative cosine, times y prime. This is all equal to 0 minus 2y prime, okay? Remember, pi is a number, it's a constant, so the derivative is 0. So here we have negative 2y prime. Okay, so with these problems, you want to make sure that the terms that have y prime, like these two, lie or are on the same side of the equation. So my plan here is to move this piece towards my right, okay? Let me get rid of this line here real quickly, and we'll do that now. Okay, so if I do that move, I have now cosine of y equal to negative 2y prime minus, and here we go, x times negative sine of y times y prime, okay? When you look at our result, you notice that there are two terms that have y prime, okay? They are on the same side, so I can factor the y prime out of the expression, okay? So let's do that now. Cosine of y equates y prime, so I got rid of them. I open my parentheses and write down what's left, which is negative 2 minus, open parentheses, x times negative sine of y, and then now close my parentheses. Okay, something else to notice, this negative and this subtraction sign, they're going to interact and produce a positive. So at the end of the day, I have cosine of y equal to y prime, open parentheses, and now we have negative 2 plus x times sine of y, all right? And guess what? We're almost done, because all I have to do is just isolate y prime. And the way to do that is to get rid of this expression here with division. So here we go. I'm going to divide by everything that I don't want on the right side. So negative 2 plus x times sine of y. I'll do that on both sides. Sorry for this, I'm writing on top of the options. Negative 2 plus x times sine of y, okay? These are going to cancel, and over here, I'm going to write down my result and then compare it with the options that we have. So we have now that our answer is cosine of y on top of negative 2 plus x times sine of y, okay? When you look at your options, notice that my cosine of y is positive, so I'm looking at either A or B to be the correct answers. But I also notice that my x times sine of y is positive, and my 2 is negative, right? So our option is A.